Welcome back, Goblin Chefs. It's APGAINS. We're here with yet another, and by yet another, I mean only the second episode of TTT. What does it stand for?
Theoden's theoretical thermometer,
And what's the
which there's
catchphrase?
actually a fourth T on
Oh,
on Tuesday,
yeah, we
but
record on Tuesdays.
we check the heat on all the most recent or the future speculations for Here's Middle Earth.
Oh yes, we're gonna
I'm
we're
getting a
gonna get.
T-shirt made. It's on the way.
Oh really? All right, we gotta get it down. We have to be like Theoden's theoretical thermometer, where we turn up the heat on the latest speculation.
I mean, that's pretty gold. Which, by the way, I do want to say, I was looking back through last week's videos, and we hadn't actually talked about making this a segment until while recording, and I was like, we should do this again every week. And it's like put you on the spot. I was like, you got to say no, or I'm gonna say you're a jerk on YouTube. So
It's
we're
okay.
now locked in for a segment. But
We're
anyway,
locked in for
um,
how long's our TV deal gonna last? We got to get season one going.
we're doing 6 episodes season one, and if it gets renewed, so
Okay.
hit that like button on AP's channel because that they're gonna do a little algorithm math to figure out. But obviously, jokes aside, happy to be here and ready to speculate
Oh
my
yes.
little heart out.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about it's going to be a two-parter because I have to bait someone to go watch your video and you have to then bait them back into my video so we can get all sorts of juicy ad revenue. We are
Yep,
talking
yep,
about
yep.
the four remaining Fellowship characters. Who are they, real quick? You're the lore man.
So, Fellowship characters not in the game. We've got Legolas, we've got Gimli, we have Boromir, and Gandalf the Grey. Those are ones, assuming we keep the same versions of Strider and the Hobbits, those are the four not yet in the game.
Okay, got it. So I'm going to cover two of them. You're going to cover two. I have selected the two
Drum roll,
sexiest
please.
of the bunch, Gandalf and Boromir. Give
Woo.
it up. Now, I think it's pretty obvious that Gandalf is going to be the raid character. Is there any disagreement from anyone in the community about this?
I don't think so. Again, I feel like if we get too lashed on an idea, they might change it, so I never know. But again, it's a Mines of Moria raid. They've confirmed Balrog will be the phase, probably the last phase you fight. And just like if you played Galaxy of Heroes, like anybody watching, which I'm assuming most on your channel have,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a Han Solo type thing where every raid you get just a few shards and you unlock him probably at 5 stars or something. Maybe they'll go 7. I don't know. But Gandalf from the raids makes sense to introduce a new like tier level. We have legendaries in the game, and then we're going to have these raid characters who potentially lead teams, potentially just really boost up teams like a fellowship team. But I can't imagine that wouldn't be the case.
I think I'm leaving just for my tiny little heart to not explode when this happens. I'm leaving a 5 to 10% chance that it's like Gimli or something crazy, but I can't
Right.
imagine that it could be anything other than the two of them. I mean, Gimli is like, if they do it, it's like okay, I guess you can sell us some other version to get Gandalf. You know, maybe they want to make more
Right.
money there, but I'd say like it's 90%.
Yeah. 90% seems. I mean, again, anything dwarven would be semi-thematic, so they could get away with it. And I wouldn't be too upset. But we'll talk about Legolas and Gimli more over in my video. But the reality is, I think they're going to have those two paired more closely together. So Gandalf, just throw him in the raid. Let's call it a day.
All right, let's get on to everyone's favorite Giga Chad Boromir. Now,
Oh,
we only have two Gondor characters in the game, and so I don't know if he's going to plug into a Fellowship team where Fellowship will be like Gimli, Legolas, Boromir, Gandalf, and are there how many Road to Rivendell are there? Are there six?
there's 5 of them.
Oh,
There's Strider and the 4 hobbits.
okay, because there's nine
And
total, right?
yeah, the other thing is there's no actual fellowship tag in the game. So the question would also be, are they going to add the fellowship tag to the whole Road to Rivendell team? I would assume so. But also, if you look at all the hobbits, for example, they're in more their like hobbit typical attire and less like they get like an elven cloak when they're there. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be ridiculous, but I also just throwing it out there would not be shocked if they like do fellowship versions of all these characters and we're like, we already have 2 Merry and Pippins in the game like this early. Kind of be absurd, but just saying,
Well, I don't
it's
think
the
you're leaving. I
speculation.
mean, if we're playing the dial, if we're turning up the heat,
Turn it up,
you're
turn it
not
up.
you're not leaving any room for evil
Oh,
Frodo or evil Merry and Pippin. Hashtag
evil. Well,
what
evil
if?
Frodo's basically confirmed. The what if characters have been confirmed. So that's we could have a evil fellowship and a good fellowship. That's going to be the current meta. It'll be like Jedi Knight Revan, but just evil and good Frodo. Easy.
I was gonna say they're gonna add in the original faction, and then just like in Galaxy of Heroes, they went Jedi Knight Revan, and then what counters Jedi Knight Revan? Oh, let's just give them Darth Revan, a direct
Right.
counter. So we
It
get
makes sense.
Dark Side Fellowship to counter the Light Side Fellowship. Oh
Hey,
man,
I wouldn't
we're
be shocked,
cooking.
and you shouldn't be either because you should be watching all these videos every week. Make sure you're subscribed
All
to
right.
AP's channel. Don't miss out on this. Look at
We
that.
need a
Look at that plug.
reward. We
Look
need
at
a
that.
reward. What happens if we get one of these crazy Hail Mary predictions correct?
If we get one of these crazy predictions
And like a
correct,
non-obvious one, because like if Gandalf is in the raid, no one's gonna be like, "Oh my god,
sure.
AP
We're
Gaines is so
talking like
smart."
if we get Evil Fellowship in the game, the reward for our efforts will be, I don't know,
A high five.
maybe we could do a crisp high five. That would be
That'd be. I don't know
might
what part of the country you're in, but I feel like there'd be a lot of travel to organize that.
that a real life high five. Yeah, we
Oh,
need to do something like that where it's like, okay, if we get first of all, the series has to be doing well to fund, to fund this
oh
adventure.
yes.
But if something happens, high five, literally 2 seconds, high five. All right, see you later, and that's it. I think that makes the most sense.
I could fax you like a scantron of my hand, and then
Then
you
I'm
could
just
just.
like, yeah.
And dude, I feel all right.
It's
That's what we're doing. We're sending out pictures of our hands like Xeroxed.
well, no, what we need to do is you do that, and then I'll do that in my video, and then you'll just be in the background of my video watching like we're actually in real life. And they're like, what's with the like? It's gonna be again the multiverse.
Yes.
Stay
Okay.
tuned.
So as far as Boromir is concerned, I like your guess is as good as mine. And since we're gonna do a
Hmm.
lot of guessing here on this series, I mean, maybe he comes in post, you know, two extra Gondor. Like maybe we get one Gondor character coming in as a marquee. He is some
Hmm.
sort of Samwise Gamgee event just because no one wants him, so they're gonna try to get you to invest in him because that's just what
Yep.
CG likes to do. They like to make you invest in people you don't want to invest in just to give them your money.
Yep.
Um, and then what's his dad's name? The crazy guy?
Denethor. Yep.
Denethor. And then
Denethor.
we get Denethor because, I mean, Denethor is already in like so many of the challenges and stuff like that. Or
Right.
light side or dark side, whatever, wherever the hell he is.
Yeah,
We
well,
get him
there
to
are
plug
so
in.
many. There will probably be some version of a Gondor squad in the future that includes that family tree a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have like Faramir, for example, who's
Yeah.
kind of more the ranger side, and that's what his kid is in the game. And we have a lot of rangers in the game, and now Eldon and Elroy here. So we could see like rangers get you Faramir, and then Road to Rivendell, like Hobbit Sam squad gets you Boromir. Like they're gonna like make us do other things, and then eventually we'll be like, oh, we have a decent Gondor team, maybe, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe they'll be bad, and it'll be like, cool, we have a bad Gondor team.
Well, I think it's a lot of what we talked about last time where it's just like, it's important to just have tags and then you can plug and play characters depending on what you have.
Yep.
Because if you have like half of the Road to Rivendell and half of the Fellowship, but a full Gondor team for whatever, like you're just gonna have to run the Gondor team. You're not gonna have any
Sure.
choice.
Yeah.
Plenty of characters are gonna overlap. I mean, there's characters that are already like Orc and Misty Mountain and well, I guess that's a bad example because he's only got 2 tags. But there's plenty of characters and there's going to be plenty of characters where they're going to overlap. Like Frodo is going to
Right.
be Hobbit. He's going to be Road to Rivendell. He's going to be Fellowship.
Fellowship. He's got a ring bearer tag. I don't know what that's going to be about. Like there aren't that many ring bearers, but there could be some kind of
You know what? I'm going to turn up.
something.
Wait, you can't see my hand, but I'm turning up the heat here.
Oh yeah.
Synergy. You know
Okay.
who's going to lead the ring bearer faction? I mean, obviously Sauron, but
Obvious.
we're going to have
Smeagol.
Schmeagol. And since it's a what if, we can also have Gollum on the same. Can you imagine a Smeagol and Gollum? I know the kit is like already has both of them in the same thing, but imagine.
Right. Sauron led evil Frodo, Smeagol, Gollum. You could throw a couple other ring bearers in there, Bilbo, and
And
I don't know. That's
Aragorn's like great grandfather or whatever the hell his name
yeah.
was.
Isildur could do it. I mean, yeah. So TLDR, if you're just now listening,
I don't know why you have not.
ring bearer squad confirmed.
Uh huh.
Not really, but I think again,
But we're turning up
that's
the
what
heat.
it's all about. Yes.
It's gonna become my catchphrase now. I'm just gonna constantly say I'm turning up the heat.
What is he talking about? He literally bought a thermostat at his desk to hold up, and
Dude,
it's I mean he's
I could get one of the rectal ones, and my streams would get demonetized so fast. But I mean,
that's good. Yeah, that's
we
a good
could definitely
idea.
turn up the heat. All right, before we go to your video, I need to complain about something. You can no longer spin the characters, and that really, really pisses me off. Does that piss you off too?
You can't spin them.
No, dude. You used to be able to click and like drag, and then like all of the HUD would disappear, and it would just be their background. You could like spin them, and it was great for thumbnails. But now
I'm not gonna lie. I did not. know about that. So I've been missing out on this
Dude.
amazing feature.
It was quite literally the greatest thing ever in Galaxy of Heroes. It's the only reason you play the game, and I really I'm gonna text every person I know at CG right now and tell them fuck
Well,
make me spin the character.
another idea, another not extreme idea, because these videos are all about very tame ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Not really, they're about extreme ideas. We go in together and
Mm-hmm.
develop a new game, which is a character spinning simulator
Okay.
and feature characters from our favorite hero collector games. What are your
Okay.
thoughts?
Okay. So I could do like Deadpool plus
Hmm.
Yef2. I don't know why he's my favorite character from this game. Plus Hondo Anaka, and
Hmm.
I could just spin them all day long.
Yeah, put in some music. They'd have some poses, maybe. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's yeah,
But $300 a character because it's a hero collector game, obviously.
yeah. Well, we got to make money. We got to be able to develop the
Yeah.
game
You
and
think
pay
Capital
for.
Games? Okay, they only made $1.5 billion. I know, obviously, most of that went to Disney and Lucas and the App Store and Google and all those other places. But $1.5 billion is no slouch. I think we can get
That
them.
is a lot of money. I
I
mean,
think we can beat them.
if a game lasts 7 years, they're making enough to keep it going. Even if there's definitely arguments about how what the state has been over that time,
Oh yes.
they got to make enough to be a game.
You know
So
they only make
they've made
140
some.
million last year. Isn't that sad? Don't you feel bad for them?
I feel very bad.
I'm gonna buy
Yeah.
a pack just to support them because they only made 140 million last year.
Well, I will do the
We're
same.
turning the temperature back down only momentarily, just so that we can turn it back up
That's
over on
right.
your channel. So I still haven't figured out where we put links. I think they're above or below or sideways or somewhere, but you're gonna find it because you know where
That's
to look
right.
for it, and we'll magically appear by
Let's do it.
the thing where you say the friendship or whatever it is that's behind you right now.
Yes.
I got
Okay,
that's
we need to.
lore. That's my
The
lore right there.
lore, the lore attempt that happened there was 10 out of 10, and I think that's the best transition to hop over
All right, ready?
to
We're gonna do
more.
abrupt. We're gonna do an abrupt end. So just start talking
Okay.
about something random, and I'm gonna press the end record button, and I'm not gonna click
Okay.
win.